everything's wrapped.
Well, let me see if I can help you.
So here's the Sony with the tape in it with Archive to You.
Okay, that's taken care of, all right.
That's all there.
Thanks.
This is your single player back.
Oh, good. He goes right on here?
Yep. The dual player worked perfectly fine, as it always had before.
I see.
So I don't know what the problem with him was, but...
I do.
Oh?
And I solved them for these three. The problem is that it won't give you a signal until you go to auto channel change. And if you let it go through all the auto channel changes, after 2 or 3 minutes, it'll give you a picture.
Well, the dual one worked perfectly fine off the bat, so...
That's good.
That's good.
So these work perfectly. And they've done a great deal of
We
work.
didn't swap SD cards last week, so I'm still holding yours.
Okay.
So that was what I should have given you last week. It's the week before, it's SD.
Oh, good, you're giving me my SD card. Okay, thanks. And I don't give you an SD card.
No?
No?
Well, last week you didn't. This week you might. I don't know. That's yours to decide.
I give you archives with titles on them.
Sure, why not? However, most of the stuff you gave me last week came in these. Shouldn't throw them away.
Oh, you're
Throw them
going.
back.
Oh, yeah, I see. Those are empty.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you for saving them.
Yeah, no, you wouldn't need to buy those all over again. That'd be silly.
Yeah. I got a nice supply thanks to your going to Walmart.
Right. And yeah, now you get these back for me. And even ones you give to me, you'll just get back. So you probably won't have to keep buying them at some point. But
Well, I just got a request from San Diego. Would I please use sleeves?
all right. So that's fine. And these are the archives you gave me for YouTube. Those went up a day or two ago.
Okay, let me just get a record on here. You returned the DVD recorder, which is Mr. G. You returned SD of 2 weeks ago. And you handed in my archives, and that would be 14 shows, Devin?
Yes, that it was. Archive to You.
Oh, wonderful. How'd it go?
Perfectly well.
It did?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good news. Hands in Glenn's archives of 2U.
Let me know when you're ready for the bigger news.
One moment, please. Oh, this is good news, Devin. Thank you for that.
This is better news.
What is this, a half an hour each?
Yep, it's all 4 of them.
Half
2
an
hours,
hour
yep.
each. 1/2 hour each. And the better news is,
Here's all the TV stations for the rest of the month.
we're done?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, congratulations. All TV stations for the rest of the month. Congratulations. Really? No
Yep.
more dubs, right?
I took the rest of the list I had for TV stations after last week's 10 that I did, and I
Wait a
finished the
second,
rest.
what did you just say?
Last week I handed you 10 finished TV stations
Yes, you
that I
did,
did.
and they're right here.
And
No,
then this
you
week
say
we finished,
10?
This week we finished off the rest.
You
yeah,
say
it was-
10. I don't get
Well, you
10.
might be holding 8,
Oh, okay. All right.
I think. But,
Last week you gave me 8. And this week you're giving me how many?
I believe it's, where are we, 29? I think it is, 29, because we have a few holds. With the exception of the holds, it adds up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2.
I'm going to put rubber bands on. Nice.
2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 29. Yes.
Rubber bands are right on the
Here.
church one. And That was a lot of work, wasn't it?
Yeah, I took out every single DVD you gave me and separated them out by which program they are, so we don't have any,
Dupes.
yeah, so we don't have 3 stonuses going to the same station or something like that. And, yeah, once I had them all sorted out, I could just take one TV station, put together 3 different programs for it. They had to be all labeled up like that and such, but...
That you had to mark the labels.
Yeah, they all have to be, yeah, like you said, they all have to be marked up for where they're going, when they're playing,
And
all
the
that,
date,
et
right?
cetera.
The
Yep.
date and the municipality.
Correct.
All you had to put on them. I put the rest on, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you wrap them.
Yep, all wrapped, including the one with the cases in the bottom here.
And this looks to me like 5, 10, 15, 20, 25,
Just short of 30, it's 29, yep.
29.
The last one's 4.
And 29, 9 and 9 is 18, that's 38.
Yep, and then I think the last ones are on hold.
Gee, Devin, that's wonderful. That makes me very happy. Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
And you're pretty confident that those are correct.
I certainly hope so. 'Cause I made sure to separate out all the Stonus ones, and each one by program, other one by program number, and then there were certain other ones that you had. There were a few Quemettes that had to be separated out and dispersed. So I think they are, yes.
And now how did you handle Stonus? Did you give one to each Connecticut group? Stonus
Not every single Connecticut station, because some of them had already been done, so they weren't on my list anymore. But they were dispersed in almost every single TV station.
But every Stonus got to a Connecticut TV station?
Yeah, I think every Connecticut station should have a Stonus. I think almost all of these have a Stonus. Not just Connecticut, I think all of them have Stonus because there are so many Stonuses.
No, there are only 20. You're handing me 29, but that's close.
It was short by a few, but almost all the rest got Stonuses, yeah.
Okay, there's a question of whether every TV station in Connecticut gets Stonus. That was the intent. Do you remember that? Did every Connecticut TV station get a Stonus? There were 3 that had been sent out before. Okay. That's a question. Okay, we'll find the answer to that eventually. And the good news is that before the middle of the month, all TV stations are done.
Yep.
What is there left to do?
The quads.
Did you do any quads?
No, I don't have any 2-hour programs yet. If I
Okay.
had the SD card, I'd make some, or if I had some
Okay.
archives, I'd
Well,
make
I
some.
got good news for you. Here's all your quads.
Oh my. Those are all full? Those
Yeah.
aren't empty like I gave you? Oh boy. So that should take care of. When did you get all this done?
I would say I started at whenever I sit down and make the titles
Mm-hmm.
and use the Avario footage,
Yep.
I might as well make 12 more. So that's when it started.
Mm-hmm.
I would say it started when you left here, the next day.
Alright.
And so while I'm making my archive for Glendora and while I'm making the 4 for Berkshire, I make 12 more for you. Now let's go over those.
Right.
So isn't that nice?
Yeah, doing my job for me this month.
Well, I wouldn't think so. That was a pretty big job.
Oh, that's true too.
Labeling, and you had to label each disc and you had to wrap them.
The sorting and wrapping part, yeah.
Oh, so would you please start it with the yellow one, honey?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, put that one back. Please start. They go from the, you'll notice that that's the 4th quad. You know it says 4th quad? That's the 1st quad. Well, I'm glad to see you, Devin.
Yeah. So that's 10.
Now, I have to ask you, I don't know how many quads you do have. Do you know now?
Yeah, it should be right here.
How many quads do you have? We cut out a few of them.
Three, 6, 9, 11.
You have 11 quads?
Yep.
Alright, I made,
Well, one of them's on hold, so that makes 10.
okay, one is on hold. Who is that, Manhattan?
Yes.
And, so that makes 10. Well, take a look at those yellows. Do you have 10?
That makes this perfect, yes, because yellow has 10.
10.
Those, I think, are
That's
locked
your
at
first
10.
week, Devin. That's
Yep.
the first week of December.
2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That was 11, this one, actually.
That's good, so
One
you got
of
an
them.
extra one. Now what will we do with the extra ones? Save them until next month?
Might as well, yeah. No one else
Okay.
send them to.
Save extra quads until next month.
11. The orange one also has 11.
The
the
third
other
week is also, a third week is 11?
3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then the blue one only has 10.
That's all you
So
need.
it's 10, 11, 11, 10. Yep.
So any leftovers you'll bring back to me?
The two of them will, yep.
Okay, any leftovers bring back to Glenn. Now, open up one of those and see how much labeling you have to do.
Looking at these ones right here in the package.
On the yellow one the first week?
Yeah, looking at any of these really. Looks like all that needs to be put on here is the municipality and the date again. Since it is.
I guess so. Just the municipality label, just municipality and date.
Yep. Since these are separated out by program number. You know, 1 week is one program number, the next week is the next number, so yeah, it looks like it.
Isn't that good news?
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. And to answer your question more specifically, the blue ones were mostly done before today, but finished up today.
Mm-hmm.
And so there was more footage, Devin, and we can't speak of a quad number 5 because we don't have a quad. We don't have a fifth week.
Right.
But these are done, and they can go toward the quads of January.
Right. Should be fine for January, yep.
Isn't that wonderful that we got all the TV stations done and all
Yeah.
the quads done?
Everything's getting done ahead of time. Back to just doing YouTube for the week.
Excuse me?
Back to just doing YouTube for the week.
Well, I think it's wonderful. Well, don't worry, there's enough to do.
Yeah.
I mean,
Finish the rest of these and do the YouTube.
now I'm going to give you these. Oh, I have to tell you about these. I checked them all, every one of them,
Those are.
and there were no mistakes. I do suggest that on these, this is fine, you do programs 1 to 4, right? You do shows 1 to 4 on TV stations 1 to 5.
Mm-hmm.
Then I do suggest when you come up to 6, 7, and 8, don't use the same programs, use other ones.
Okay, are those SD card shows or are those programs that you gave me to wrap and package?
I don't know, Devin.
Yeah, okay.
Do you?
I couldn't be sure right now, no. Are these just from...
But anyway,
Are these the 10 from the beginning of the month?
9, 8.
The,
Yeah.
yeah
Now,
those
yes,
are
they
the
are.
ones.
The ones you brought me last week.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's good, don't you?
Yep.
Use up as many shows as you can. So you do the first 5 with shows 1 to 4, then you go to TV station 6 to 10 and use shows 6 to 8.
Sure.
Okay? Could they all go together, Devin? This is a half an hour, Devin, that I'll hand you in December, okay?
Sure. Yeah, that makes sense now.
And what are these, Devin? Oh, these are McClendon's to be mailed out the end of this month of November to be played in December, right? Yeah, these are December McClendon's. No, I mailed out, at the end of November I mailed out the December Clendons. These are January McClendons. These go to be cable cast in January.
So these are future programs.
You can put 'em, I put them up with yours. I put them up with the white ones, honey, because you don't just take those home. Those stay here.
Yeah, okay. These. Do you want me to take these?
No,
No, this
those
is
will stay
Well,
here.
these are the ones you're gonna mail out, but okay.
Yeah, that's all mailing. That's all the mailing.
Oh, didn't you said these are for next month, right? These are for January, you said.
That's right.
So you would mail them now, would you?
Yeah, well, why am I mixed up? At the end of November, I'm mailing December.
All these. Yeah.
Okay,
If
This
this is
is
for the next
December.
month, then I guess you wouldn't want to send them out yet.
that's December, not January, right?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, thank you. That's the December McClendons. So they all go in the mailing. And so now you've got all of your DVD quads done.
Yep.
I have news for you that Jack George called from Middletown. And first of all, he said the reason I haven't mailed you back your tapes, I called him and asked him why he was taking so long to mail back my VHS. And he said, the reason I am taking so long to mail back your VHS is that I am using the best of A Chat with Glendora to play in the daytime in Middletown. Isn't that nice?
That's good. Nice promotion.
And then he said, to answer your question, there was a question that you and I had last week, that he sees no reason why he couldn't play a 2-hour Chat with Glendora in Poughkeepsie. Remember he has the two systems, Middletown and Poughkeepsie? And he sees no reason why he couldn't play the 2-hour Chat with Glendora in Poughkeepsie. In other words, the same show. See, he plays a 2-hour show in Middletown and always has. So he can use the same tapes or DVDs that we send to Middletown and play them in Middletown and play the same ones in Poughkeepsie. And we come up with a 2-hour show in Poughkeepsie. Isn't that nice?
Right. So would we have to send him? We could just send him a 2-hour show.
To Middletown, as we always have.
And then that could also go to Poughkeepsie. You could use the
Yeah.
same
Yeah.
show in Poughkeepsie.
Yes.
Okay.
Apparently he can program it from Middletown. Apparently he can operate it from Middletown. He doesn't have to be in Poughkeepsie.
Well, that's good.
And so, this is his first DVD. Up until now he's always taken VHS. So this is good news to me. So you've got the quads for that.
Excellent. He's one of the quad stations we
Yep.
have now, right?
Yep.
Okay, good. So that we put that in last week then.
Now you had third good news. Poughkeepsie apparently was all totally broken down. They haven't even been cable cast. Third good news is that the reason he didn't hear the phone is that he was down the hall because he and the engineers are installing all new public access equipment in Poughkeepsie. It'll be done in a week or two. And the wiring, he said, is very tedious and very monotonous. But it's all being done. Isn't that great?
Fantastic.
And this all came from that telephone call I made to the Chief Executive Officer of Time Warner down in 6th Avenue. Remember? Okay, good news, Poughkeepsie and Middletown. I also heard from Kathy Hegedus up there in the Middletown. She says, I'm glad your show's back on. She says, I see it and I like it. So that's good. That's a fence that we really mended. you agree?
Yep. Good to keep relations up.
Now, do you want to go to the address list now?
What about the address list?
Printing the new copy?
Oh. No, I didn't get that done yet.
Oh, okay. Address list is not...
Your address list, you mean, right?
Well,
Because
both of
mine
them.
are
Okay.
these, so.
Address
You mean your
list
address
has
list.
not been typed, right?
Not yet, no. Not entirely.
Okay. I have some good news for you. I went to see Mr. Claus. First of all, I went to the concert that the Kinderhook Reformed Church had. Do you know who David Smith is?
I think I do.
Do you know the great big beautiful high house with the rose arbor and the white fence all around
Yes,
at the
yes,
corner of
yeah.
Ikey Bush
On
and
the yes, on the corner. Yep.
Broadway? That's his house.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he's an organist also. I don't know where I haven't yet to find out what he does. But he is an organist and has been since he was 7 years old, and he had an organ concert and he had a 21 voice ensemble. And they were superlative. And he gave this called Concerts in the Village. Apparently it's going to be an establishment. And he charged $10 for it. I gave him 20. There were 140 people there. And I videotaped it for an hour and a half, and the reception afterwards.
Sounds like a fun event.
So at that time, I didn't catch up with Paul Claus, although he was at the concert. And so I asked the pastor, Rudy, to get me 8.5 by 14 paper for your happy book. And I gave him $10. He said, "Oh no, that's too much." I said, "No, you keep it." And he came back with 10 by 15, 10 by 17, which is what you bought. You bought me that ream.
Oh, the large ream that I had? Yeah. Yeah, that was.
So I stopped in Tuesday at the church, and Paul was there. And he says, and both Pastor Rudy and the two women secretaries around there says, "No, we don't have any 8.5 by 14 paper." Well, you have to ask the person who knows, and that was Paul. And I went there Tuesday to church because I saw the lights on, and I got it for you.
So I should be able to get out and print that first. See how we can print some of these.
Well, have you got them from
I got them in from Victoria, yeah.
Oh, you have them from Victoria.
Yeah, I got email from Victoria with them, so I gotta open them up and see how to print them with these.
Well, that's 8.5 by 14, and it takes 4 pages on each side.
So you should be able to print across one
No,
page,
no,
2 pages?
No, this way, dear.
Oh, okay. So it'll be 1, 2, okay. Yeah, I'll see how to position that. It could be a fun job to figure out.
Isn't that wonderful?
Mm-hmm.
I also got a call from Paul today asking if he could put me in their church directory, to which I acquiesced. Okay, you print like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
But it isn't 1, 2, 3, 4, you know.
Yeah, that's what's gonna be bothersome is figuring out which pages to go.
Well, I think she's going to send them to you, right?
I hope. Okay, yeah, I gotta see.
Because
what
it's
order
an
they're in.
awful job to figure that out.
Yeah, I gotta see what order they're in.
Okay. So you do have those, and you think probably this week you could print those?
I'll see. Yeah, I'll see if I can get one off. And
If you run out of paper, Paul has more, and he says they have an